When conferring with writers, many teachers question, should they be recording any notes about these conversations? And if so, what kind of form should they utilize? Well, there are lots of forms, lots of options that you could use. There's lots of things you could document. But before I show you any options, let me first say the form is not your focus. Our priority needs to be having more conversations with more writers more frequently. And so if a form is going to inhibit this, then don't worry about a form. But yes, there's a lot of power in documenting what it is you're talking to writers about and noticing in their writing. When considering what to document, consider what's most efficient. For me, that's a one-page form for the whole class. With a single form, the whole class is represented. Each student has their own square. Obviously, if you teach more than one section or class period, then you would need a form per class. That form will last me about a week, and I'm working to check in with students over the course of 1 week. I'll know the students I haven't met with, I haven't checked in with, because there are blanks for those squares. That helps me know where I've been and which students I need to see next. Now let's talk about the setup of the form. Don't alphabetize the students per square. Rather, consider the geographic setup of the kids. Make this more like a seating chart. This group, that kid that sits over there by himself, those 3 kids. This kind of visual setup, again, will help with your efficiency moving around the room. You can make notes per group quickly as you move around the room. Beyond including individual names, each square records 3 key pieces of information. You want to make a quick note about the piece or topic the student is working on. But more importantly is to know what is the compliment that you gave the student. What writing skill did you notice that he's doing well? You also want to acknowledge what is the comment. You know, the skill not being done so well that you reviewed, retaught, something you pointed out for them to work on. Now keep in mind, you don't have a lot of space here, so this is a great opportunity to use text message spelling, abbreviations, and only codes and symbols you understand. We only provide 1 comment per conversation, but you might have noticed a couple other weaknesses, and you want to write them down somewhere. That's what this far right column is for future potential mini lessons. As you move through the room, if you're seeing several students with a common weakness, you can make note of that skill organized by trait, by genre, or by writer habit. This is the epitome of formative assessment. You're using your day-to-day check-ins with students to drive your future instruction. While you're making note of what that comment or review skill was, you might also have students make a note on their own paper. Or for primary students, the teacher could jot a note on a sticky note and leave it behind for the writer. This sticky note provides the students a visual reminder, a little accountability as to what they're supposed to be working on before we meet again. Now remember, the focus in conferring with writers is the conversation. But if you're going to log information, record notes, that's great, but only if you plan to review them. So before you meet with students every day, you'll want to skim your notes so that you can check in with students, see what they've tried, and plan for what they need next.